Yesterday, the NRA, the National Rifle Association, was apparently hacked by a ransomware group that goes by the name of Grief. Now, Grief are newer kids on the block when it comes to ransomware groups, or at least the name is, because it is believed by some people in law enforcement that Grief is just a rebranding for the hacking group Evil Corp, which you may have heard of before. This guy here, Maxim Yukabets, was a member of this group who gained some attention from basically showing off his lifestyle and all the money that he's made from hacking, you know, doing things like donuts and a Lamborghini that he bought with the millions of dollars that I guess he has. Just to give you some background into these guys. Now, Grief does have a darknet website like any good hacker group does, and it actually looks kind of fancy for a dark website. In fact, the front end doesn't actually work without JavaScript enabled. This is from where I tried to load the landing page with the safest Tor config that blocks all JavaScript, but they do at least have an Onion v3 address, which is a lot better than some of the other sites on the dark web. So here we have a list of all of the different hacks they've done. You know, Grief came to, and then they just start listing off these different companies that they have hacked. And also, they are actually responsible for all of these different attacks, at least according to law enforcement. And I just throw that out there because sometimes hacker groups will claim that they did something that they didn't actually do. Same thing with like serial killers and terrorists that are taking responsibility for different kills or different attacks they didn't actually do. But Grief is legit. And the worst thing about these guys, or maybe the best thing, depending on how you look at it, is that all of these attacks are from 2021. Like if we go through the list, what is this? DOGE Corporation. It looks like this was hacked on 10/6, so earlier this month. For Earth Farms LLC was hacked on 10/10, or at least was fully griefed on 10/10. Lensbury Limited, this was on July the 26th. So yeah, and there's multiple pages of these that they have that, at least from what I was looking at, the kind of quick looks I took were all done in 2021. So they are very, very active. And of course, we have the latest one here, National Rifle Association, which was done just yesterday. Now, they have two different, I guess, categories of hacking that they've been doing. So when it's sort of this halfway battery symbol thing, that means that the grief is in progress. And I'm guessing that grief just means hacking or maybe dumping all of their documents that they get from them. Because there are a few for the NRA that we're going to look at in a moment, but not really a whole lot. And then, of course, they have completed griefs, which means, I guess, that they're done griefing them. So yeah, they've got, what is this, 6 different, or it looks like 5. Yeah, 5 different griefs that are in progress, including the NRA. So yeah, this is a very active hacking group. So let's take a look at what they've been able to do to the NRA so far. So this is the page for this particular grief. And I think the details, they're just basically saying what the NRA is. Let's see, it's Americans' longest lasting civil rights organization. Together with our more than 5 million members, we're proud defenders of history's patriots and diligent protectors of the Second Amendment. Yeah, so this is just, I guess, giving an introduction to what the NRA is. And if we look at images here, it looks like this is some kind of financial stuff. Let's see, yeah, it's trying to load it slowly but surely. But I can kind of see from the preview that it looks like it's some kind of financial information. Maybe it's the amount of money that they've gotten from different members. Either way, I've already downloaded the document, so we'll just go ahead and look through that, since obviously Tor is pretty slow. Here it is. So it's these 2 zip files, so 2016 elections, endorsement letters, and national grants. You can see that it matches the 2 example files that are here. And for machines list, there's nothing, so I'm guessing that they don't have kind of like what we had with the Epic hack, where we had a full list of the root directory, like all the files and folders that were in the root directory and the home directory of one of their machines. So this is where I guess that'll go if they have it. And even with this show full list, it looks like it tries to load something, but it doesn't actually bring anything up. So these 2 zip files is all that's really included in it. So let's get into it. Endorsement letters, these are probably all going to be about the same. So we have Marco Rubio endorsement. Dear Senator Rubio, on behalf of our 5 million members across the country, the NRA Political Victory Fund is proud to endorse your candidacy in the August 30, 2016 Republican primary for U.S. Senate in Florida. Yeah, so just basically endorsement letters to, I guess, like pro-gun senators and people that are running for different offices. And this is probably the same thing. Yeah, same thing. So that's what we have in the endorsement letters. Nothing too crazy here. I actually think that these are public documents because, I mean, I don't see anything in here that says it's like confidential, and I don't really think anything is mentioned in here that's really damning. Like, voted for concealed carry reciprocity, a bill that ensures law-abiding Americans with a valid concealed handgun permit are allowed to carry their concealed firearm in any other state that does not prohibit concealed carry. Yeah, so it's just basically endorsing them and, you know, listing out the specific things that they voted on or like legislated for or against that, you know, puts them in the good light of the NRA. And yeah, that's what that is as well. So let's see if we can find anything good. Let's see, this is a House endorsement. Of course, my state, Massachusetts, isn't in here because I guess we're a bunch of anti-gun commies. We don't get endorsement letters from the NRA. All right, we'll look into national grants because I think this is the financial stuff that we were looking at in the images before. Let's see. So we have reference numbers, organization name. Okay, so I think these are organizations that donated to the NRA. Status is approved, staff reviewed, approved. Or maybe these are projects that these organizations are trying to do in collaboration with the NRA. Yeah, so again, this doesn't look like anything that's too big of a deal for it to be leaked. Let's see, final report national grants. Okay, so this isn't even filled out, so nothing there. National grant proposals. Let's see, the intent of this project is to broaden the current shotgun shooting venues on this 215-acre property located at blah, blah, blah road. Debt. Okay. So this is Pennsylvania State Shotgunning Association. I'm not exactly sure what this is. This just looks like maybe through another organization, because it talks about the Pennsylvania State Shotgunning Association. So maybe there's like a child organization that's affiliated with the NRA. And then we have total expected project cost, and then total requested. Yeah, so again, nothing too serious that is in here. And let's see, this looks like an application to sign up to something, but I don't think it's filled out. Yeah, it's just blank again. So yeah, this preview doesn't really have anything too crazy in it, which I guess is pretty good, because the biggest concern that I had about this when I first heard about the leak was a membership list getting leaked, like all of the people who are members of the NRA, because according to the NRA, they have 5 million members. And when I say members, I'm not talking about employees. I'm talking about regular citizens. Because you see, what the NRA does is they basically advocate for gun rights. Here in America, we have the Second Amendment, the right to keep and bear arms, but some people in this country don't like that right, or at the very least, they think that there should be even more limitations on the right, like maybe banning suppressors or rifles that have shorter barrels, things like that. And the NRA tends to lobby against these things. And they use the money that they get from members and donations to fight those regulations, who people like me feel are unconstitutional and an infringement of rights. And the membership cost is $45, by the way. So if we do some quick maths, the NRA has 5 million members, and at $45 a piece, they're getting over $200 million a year, and that doesn't even include donations. So yeah, they are a really powerful lobbying force. In fact, I think they're one of the considered one of the most powerful lobbying forces in America. And I would really hate to see their members get doxxed, because whether you hate guns or not, their members aren't bad people. In fact, there's so many of them who you might not even suspect would be members of the NRA are. If you hate guns because of violence that you faced or violence that a loved one has faced, my heart goes out to you. But the NRA and its members had nothing to do with that tragedy. So yeah, if you or a loved one are an NRA member, I would definitely keep an eye out on this. Here's the link to Grief's site. I'm not going to put it in the description of the video because YouTube tends to get upset over onion links, especially when they go to a hacker's website. But there it is. You guys can just pause it and look at it for yourself. Keep an eye out on this because if membership information, like where they live or even just the names of people gets leaked, that can be a bit of a problem. Hopefully the NRA's cybersecurity isn't so crap that a list of members does get leaked and they get doxxed. And I personally hope that their capacity to protect the rights of gun owners isn't reduced because of this, because that's something that I'm personally really passionate about.